नमस्कार and welcome to the special episode of गजाली. गजाली ह्या कार्यावळीन आमी जायते फावट अशे आमचे बरोबर व्यक्ती असतात जे आमच्या भारतान खूप नामना कमयल्ले असता, आमच्या भारता भायर वचून सुद्धा नामना कमयल्ली असता. आमचे गोंयकार हाली पुराय जगाचेर खूप बरी नामना कमयतात. आमी पळयतात फाटले दिसांनीच पोर्चुगीजचे पीएम आमच्या गोंयान आयिल्ले जे गोंयकार आशिल्ले. एंड नाव विथ मी आय हॅव टू लेडीज फॉर दीस प्रोग्राम एंड बोथ आर फ्रॉम गोवा. बट येस, आय एम फिलिंग very lucky and pleasure to have ma'am in our studio. I'm talking about Sayonara Luxton, the mayor of Windsor, England town of Windsor mayor. So ma'am, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Yes, we have with us Milan Pereira Alfonso. She will help me for taking the interview. Secondly, we are welcoming you to the for this episode, ma'am, with the flowers.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Very kind.
Glad to have you here.
Thank you. My pleasure.
Starting with the interview, I just want to ask you what make you to come to Goa now?
I was born in Goa, and it's the blood I have in me brings me back to the country I love, and it is nice to come back and see the difference, how things have changed in years, what it is like, and I would like that is in me. I want to come back to the country of my origin, who gave me this opportunity.
So you were living, your house is there in Kolwali.
That's right.
So you were studying in which school?
I went to St. Mary's in Mapsa,
Mapsa.
and I met very good families down there. One of my very good friend, Melba Pereira, now I think she's married, she's called Rodriguez. And through her, so it makes me come back because I've got very good friends here as well. Besides the country, I've got good friends. That's why I'm here.
Okay, we'll talk about their early life also, but how your journey was, like from Goa to Dubai to then to England. How you went to Dubai and why?
Okay. My parents, they didn't have very good opportunities over here for jobs and things like that. So for the alternative is to give us an education and to make our life better. Unfortunately, we didn't have it here, so we had to move. We went to Dubai. Or my parents went to Dubai, and then I was the last one who went after studying at St. Mary's School. I did my 10th standard then over here, and then I started to work in Dubai. I worked for Airbus Industry in Dubai, and from there I had to moved to England because my husband his job wise got transferred to England.
So before moving to Dubai, you had completed your graduation in Goa. In Goa,
yes,
which college?
No college.
Okay.
Just school.
School,
Yeah.
just school.
I did just schooling in Goa.
So how was that life before in Goa, like?
Very sad, because my mother was not here when I was going to school, because she had to go, like I said, she worked in Dubai, and I was brought up just like everybody else, like how you're brought up over here, on your own, fend for yourself.
And after you went to Dubai, you met your husband, yeah. So how that all happened, like?
When I went from here, first it took me a while. I didn't immediately start working, to continue studying, and I did my secretarial college and all that. Then I went and started to work for Airbus Industry, and my husband ran the World Trade Center, and so then I met him down there, got married, and then I had 2 children in Dubai, and then we went to England. Then I had other 2 kids in England. So that was the transition.
Your husband was working for World Trade Center. So that is a very great responsibility. So can you tell me, can you focus on that,
Okay.
that time, what happened actually?
Yeah. When I worked in Dubai in the Trade Center, where I met my husband, he had a high profile job in the Trade Center, which is high profile. And I must have been in the Trade Center just about 4 years or so, and I loved my job. That was the best job I ever had. But when I got married, the first thing my husband had to do was to fire me, and I wasn't very happy.
So because of the policies,
They're very strict policies. You can't have husband and wife, especially if your husband is in high profile, working in the same company. It's against policies and against rules. So his first job was to fire me. He fired his wife.
Okay, after you moving to England, that was a new place so how you shifted there?
Going to England for the first time from Dubai was hard, because you have to adjust over there. You've got to learn, it's a very big learning point curve for you, because having just gone from it, it's a good transition to go from here to Dubai in the first place. So you learn things there a bit, but you're still not prepared when you go to England, which when I went to England, it was very, very hard. I had to do everything myself. Looking after the children, taking them to school, learning to drive on the wrong side of the road, and also then doing all your housework, cooking, learning to cook, all the stuff. So you don't get house help. You have to do it all. So I got, and then I couldn't get a job. I couldn't work in the beginning because I didn't have help. Then I started to, somebody approached me and said, oh, you've got, we would love you to do charity work with us.
Okay. So you started doing the social work or charity work.
That's right.
So any previous experience in your family, like your father was into like
politics?
Or politics or social work something?
No.
Not at all.
No, nothing like that.
So how you went to the charity work, like?
Yes, I could see, I could see that I'm an organizer. I could do things, I could make things happen. I don't just if I take something on, I do it. I don't leave it incomplete. That is, I'm very focused that way. And I make sure it's a success. That is one thing about me. If I take it on, it has to be a success. And so that's how, when I started on a low level, then I started the charity work. And I also started an own company. When I saw the children hanging out in malls, drinking, taking drugs and all that, I decided also, how am I going to get them back into normal life where they can have a good time? So then I started this, before I started doing the charity, I started this company called Great Nights for children. Great Nights. Yeah, Great Nights.
What is that all about, Great Night?
It's for children from under 11 to 16. So there's no alcohol because it's underage if you drink. So there is nowhere for them to go. And that is the period where children go astray with drugs and alcohol and all. So to get them off the street, we started these discos for them. So we used to have them on alternate weekends because they went to school in the week. Our alternate weekends had these discos. So they came in and they had a good time, and they were checked at the door. They were body searched for drugs, drinks, alcohol, and even their handbags and all. Their handbags were taken and kept away. So they had because the drinks, like the cold drinks and the food, was included in the money we took off.
Okay,
for
so
the entrance.
They were serving inside only.
Everything was given to them, so they didn't need money or anything for anything else.
Okay.
They just needed to come in there. And the parents, the letters went out to the parents, giving them, this is how much it is. Let us know what is your transportation to pick and drop your daughter or your child or your son. And we do not give the child or this to anybody else other than the people they designated for. And if their children came intoxicated, they were not given permission. They were called and told, come and pick your child up. He's drunk or drunk.
So before entering only, if they have consumed such things. So parents were giving in return all these things?
Yes, they were.
That's great.
Wow, that's great.
That is the best thing. Yeah.
I think in Goa we should also start such things because
I second that.
Yeah. It'd be very successful. Try it because it takes the kids out of the streets. You should do that.
Yeah, that's great what you've done.
You got a chance to do it now.
And after that, how was the response for this event like?
Because then after that, I moved on into becoming a counsellor because a very good friend of mine recommended me to do that.
So into the politics, right?
That's right.
So you were interested in the politics before, like?
No, absolutely not.
So how it happened?
Because when I was doing all this charity work, and I became very known in my area of Ascot, Windsor, and the surrounding areas, Virginia Water and all. With all the events I organized, and it was very successful. Everybody knew me. They said, I think you should join politics. It'll be fantastic. You're good with people. Children listen to you. People listen to you because they know it's genuine. I mean, if it's wrong, it's wrong. It's right, it's wrong. I'm very straight. There's no in between for me. It's a yes and a no. And so people liked that. It was more honesty than, just telling stories and not happening or playing the games. I don't play games, so.
But you're forgetting something here.
What?
I think Ian has a role to play.
Oh yeah, that's right. My husband was very, very supportive. He supported me all the way. He said, you must do it. And I kept saying, no, 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 I don't think so. He says, no. And my kids, they said, Mom, go ahead, you do it. You can do it. If anybody can do it, you can do it.
Wow. So your whole family was supporting you?
Yes, they did all the way. Yeah. Especially in the mayoral side, they pushed me to take it.
Okay, coming back to the previous question, in Goa also we have many parties going on, nightclubs and all, and we have two major parties. Last year it didn't happen, Sunburn and Supersonic. So a lot of college-going students also comes there.
Yeah.
But for that event, the students' night out, like you have planned, how was the response from the student? Like the children were happy? Or
Oh, they loved it. Because, children want discipline. You can't give them an open book. They all want discipline. They might complain about it when you are, you tell them off and all that. But at the end of the day, they want somebody to tell them what is right and wrong.
Exactly.
Right? And if you do not start somewhere, you give them a long leash, they'll take it.
I think so. That is the perfect age to to show them
For
the
that,
way.
correct.
Actually,
Yes, that's right.
it's a really
Yeah.
good idea. We should try that.
I think you should, yeah.
That's a critical
Yeah,
stage.
yeah. That is the critical stage. That's where they go, astray. Yeah.
So coming to the town Windsor.
Yeah.
So the Queen lives there.
Correct, she does, yeah.
So that is a major responsibility you have.
Yeah.
So how you handle the pressure?
In the beginning, the first 2 months was difficult because it's a very, everyone is looking at you. Whatever you do, you have to be careful.
So before starting the answer, what are the rights of the mayor there? Yeah.
The mayor, at the moment, in the years gone by, the mayor had the full responsibility of running the whole council. Now the mayor is ceremonial, but the mayor still has responsibility. It's not just nothing, because the mayor is the one who chairs the council meetings and chairs, like the policies and all have to go through council for it to be then actually put into act. So everything has to pass at council. And we, you might have seen in the House of Commons or House of Lords, we have the mace. You see the mace they put in front of the Lord. So, or whoever conducts the meeting. So the mace is placed in front of me. So without the mace, the policies are not passed.
Okay.
So if that mace is down there and the meeting happens, anything in that is not official. So when we come into the parlor, in the chambers, the mace bearer walks in front of me with the mace, then he places it down, and then it becomes an official meeting.
Oh.
So everything, I don't literally sit down and write all the policies and all that, but they come to me in the week, we look at it, we say, okay, this is good, that is not good, change this, do that. And then it comes again to cabinet, it gets thrown out, goes through scrutiny, comes back to cabinet, and then finally it comes to the council where it's all polished and done properly, then it goes through.
So that is the one part, like the policies comes to you, you sign and you proceed them. After proceeding, like the major part comes there, like following the rules and regulations.
Yeah.
In Goa, we have Panjim City, you have Windsor. So what difference you can see in Goa and
Okay, just to correct you, it's not just Windsor, it's Maidenhead, Windsor, Ascot, because it's the whole of the borough. The borough is really very, very big. So, and because there are only two big boroughs, London and my borough.
Yeah.
And it's very, very, so it's very large, and it is one looked into very much because it's where the Queen is. So it's quite a responsibility. And we have the cabinet people who each one takes their job very serious, and it's run thorough. You have to. And if a resident complains, it's looked into immediately. It is followed. If it is not done the right way, the person responsible for not implementing or looking into the policy or the right thing to do is brought in. Is brought in, is given a telling off. If doesn't do his job, he's fired. There's no not taking nonsense. For something to work, you have to have discipline and policies.
So you have seen Goa, like according to traffic, according to garbage management, according to like house or town management. What you see the difference like?
I'm sorry to say, it looks shambles. I have never seen anything like this before. I've lived in Goa in the past, and it was a shock to me this time to see the state of Goa. I was really disappointed, very saddened to see the state of it.
What do you think? Why it is happening like?
I personally think that, this is my personal opinion, what I see, and I think you could make a difference. If it is ruled, if it is governed properly from the bottom, like how we have like the councils, the local councils to the top, if it's governed properly, you will have no problem to do it. To start with, your traffic is a mess. Nobody follows any rules the way they drive. All they do is they beep at you. And people should be, before you go any further, it's the licensing department which has to be controlled. I'm sorry I'm telling you this, because that's where your problem is. If a person, you're giving a license to somebody who doesn't know to drive, doesn't know to give a signal, doesn't know where he's going, and is not taught properly right in the beginning, where is he going to go? He doesn't know any rules. With the garbage, nobody is taught to put it in the bin. Physically, they should be fined if they are not putting it in the bin properly. They should be taught. Somebody sees them, says, excuse me, pick it up, put it in. There should be people. We have wardens going around, seeing people, if they put it, they throw it out, teaching them to put it in the bin. So that is something you all can learn, have wardens.
Besides that,
But you must have some, yes, don't you have that?
we have it, but it's not like up to the mark, I feel.
Well, that is another place you need to sort of improvise straight off. There are lots of places you could improvise, and if you're there is a chance, go overseas and see how they do it, and come back and implement this.
I think so. Our Minister Council had visited some countries to study the garbage management plant also, but it has not implemented. Rightly. That is a major problem in Goa right now, the garbage management.
Your recruitment is a problem, sounds like it. The person you send is not right. You need to send choose.
As a Goan,
Yes.
I feel you should do something, it could help us
I
out.
certainly
Probably in
would.
some little way.
I would be
And,
able to help you.
Schubert was
Suggesting.
what did he say? He said something about twinning.
The twinning, yes. We can do that.
Partner state.
Yeah, I could organize that if you all have a real interested committee to come, if you really want to come, but the right people, not the doers. You really need doers, not somebody just come for a jolly. You choose the right people, and I will take them on, take them to my council, introduce them to the cabinet, to the policy makers, and they can go around and see exactly what they do, how they do it. They could, even then if you want some training, come back to it. I'm happy to do that. Happy to do that.
That is really nice, and I think so if our mayor or our council members are watching this interview, they will take it seriously and they will surely contact, and we can do something and we can work together to make our Goa and Panjim clean. And so I'm talking about the licensing. So what is how you give the license? What is the criteria and how they select?
We have, at least, you don't just get a license in England. You have to go, first and foremost, you have to have at least 10 lessons on the road with a professional company. Okay? Then in that period of time, you have to do a theory. You do your theory, you have to pass your theory. And then, so it's all written. So at least you know to read and write, you can understand the science and all. So that's important. And then you also have some people who cannot read and write. They do it on the computer, so they just go yes, no, yes, no. The
same system we have in Goa also.
Okay.
So on computer, they ask 20 questions, and you have to give I think so 60 or 70% right answers you have to give.
No, this one you have to have every single one right.
Every single one?
Every single one right. You can't just, because what is the point of having 10 right when you don't know the other 3? That's why they're driving the way they are.
That's really make a sensible point actually. So in Goa, I've seen many students are driving without license and all.
Yeah.
If someone caught without license in your town, what is the action taken there?
Take the license away. You revoke the license.
No, if they don't have a license.
Oh, well, put him in prison. That is what they do. You don't.
Underage?
Yes, they do. They may not name the person, but how are you going to learn if there's no punishment?
Yes.
And also, I'm sorry, how can they drive? Where are your police wardens? I see them on the road. Don't they check if they're seeing somebody, they doubt somebody of the age, stop them and check for their license and all?
They do. Then the student will call the minister or the high level person.
And so the minister lets him out.
Yeah.
But that's, I'm sorry. That's
In
not
Goa,
right.
that's happened actually.
Yeah, no.
no.
They lose popularity otherwise.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Oh, so you got a loophole there somewhere.
Yeah, we have
So
that
that
loophole.
needs to be probably. Yeah. I think to run a place properly, these are the loopholes that they have to close, because like the children, it's also the parents. The parents should not let the children drive without a license or without insurance.
I totally agree.
Yeah.
There are many parents, they think, it's a plus point if their children drive when they're underage.
Oh.
Yeah, they feel they're grooming them.
No, that's wrong, because if the child tomorrow he has an accident, he's killed himself, he's killed somebody else, because it's the parents. How can they go to bed at night?
So talking about the Windsor, the Queen lives there.
Yeah.
So that is a great responsibility you'll
Yeah.
be having. So
Yeah.
you can share any some incidents like which you can share with us with the Queen.
One for me, the very special event for me was the Queen's birthday,
Okay.
the 90th birthday. Yeah. So that time I was deputy mayor, I was in mayor. So she walked down the castle and she came with the mayor down, and I presented her with a present. I gave her the present. So that for me was in my entire life, I never in my life did I ever thought that I would be a mayor and be presenting a present to the Queen. And to me, that was it. I know people who have never even met the Queen or seen the Queen, but I've had the privilege, face to face. And she's such a lovely person, and so is the family actually, all of them.
And when we were talking,
Yes, I do, quite a few.
Share with such a
Yeah, I would, certainly.
and we were talking about the Christmas tree.
Yes, the Christmas tree.
was that?
Tell us about it.
Yeah. The Christmas tree, because the Queen originally comes from Germany, the royal family comes from Germany. Prince Albert's family wanted to give a present to the Queen from the farm where originally the Christmas trees came from the royal family. And how he started the Christmas tree theme by bringing it from Germany into Buckingham Palace, or into the palace. That was the first Christmas tree in the world which is started. So they wanted to give back a gift. So they rang the Buckingham Palace and said, would you accept this gift? So the Queen said, no, you need to speak to the mayor of Windsor and Maidenhead.
Queens told
That's
them
right.
like,
They said, so then the Queen asked the young Henry Mayor of Windsor and Maidenhead permission. So then they called me at Buckingham Palace, called me and asked me if they could put the Christmas tree in front of the Windsor Palace, Windsor Castle, Windsor Castle. And to me, that's another big privilege. I never expected to be being asked permission to put a Christmas tree for the Queen. So there you go. Yeah.
really nice, but that's the honor which given to the mayor. Like, okay. Next question, I just wanted to ask you about the Brexit. So, what's your take on Brexit?
I'm ready. I'm out. I'm an out person. The reason I think is, again, to me, Brexit is if you do not, you have to start somewhere, and you have to go hard on Brexit to get rid of corruption, all the problems. That is the only way. If you want to be successful, I think it's time. Like you start. It's time for England to think about themselves, because what is happening is because they're a bit soft. They're real, like being a gentleman, as you say. They are gentle as they are. They're a bit soft. So they need to start being hard to sort of clear the riffraff and then say, okay, now we'll make a country good. So I'm in favor of it. You don't see the benefits now, but you will see it in 2 years' time.
What about the
Goans,
Will
yeah.
it affect them?
No, I can't say it would affect them. They are residents over there.
Oh, and what about the students, who aspire to come there to England?
But if the genuine ones, I don't think they have a problem.
No?
No. It's the ones who are coming and trying to get, they come into these schools which are put up again by, unfortunately, not the British, but some Europeans. And they are not genuine, so they get certificates and then they they come into the country using that, getting visas. I don't know how they get the visas to come into England, but they do. And then they don't leave the country, they overstay. They stay there and they get lost and then they start looking for jobs. So they become illegal immigrants. So that's what they're trying to curb.
मॅम तुम्ही गोंयान जल्मा गेल्ले आसा, सो आय आस्क सम क्वेश्चन इन कोंकणी ऑल्सो. सो गोंयान आयल्या उपरांत तुमकां कशें दिसता, कितें बदल घडपाक जाय, कितें चेंजीस जावपाक जाय अशें दिसता गोंयान?
म्हाका गोंयांक एकदम मोग आहा, ताका लागून हांव परतून येता. हांव गोंया आसले पळय तेन्ना हांव मांडो कातर करताली विथ माय आंटी मेल्बा ब्रिटो. हय 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 एकदम खूब सगळे गोंयान. म्हाजे भयण, म्हाजे भाव सगळे खांता. हय हय नाचताले. Another word नाचतना.
She's a good dancer.
Yeah. And म्हाका गोंयांक मोग खूब आहा, ताका लागून हांव परतून येता. आनी आमी आमचें घर आतां मोडलां आनी नयें केलां. So that आमी परतून येता गोंयांक all the time.
दॅट्स रियली नायस, दॅट रियली. आमची गोंयची कोंकणी इंग्लंडाक गेल्यार सुद्दां म्हाका आयकपाक मेळटली.
Yeah.
हाचे म्हाका खरेंच आतां खूब बरें दिसता, उमेद दिसता. एंड वी आर रियली प्राउड, ऑल द गोवन आर रियली प्राउड, मॅम. एट लास्ट क्वेश्चन, वॉट चेंजीस यू वॉन्ट टू सी इन गोवन म्युनिसिपालिटी और पेंजीम म्युनिसिपालिटी?
I wish they would take a little bit of responsibility and prove their goals, because keep Goa how it used to be. Keep it clean, make it better. It will make us so proud. How many of us want to come back and look at it that way? That's what we want to see. I have never seen Goa like this, what it is today. It's so sad. It breaks my heart to see the way. It brings tears to my eyes.
Oh, so you want
It
to
does.
see Goa and its
Yeah, definitely.
yes,
Yeah. It's so sad. It makes me cry to see how it is gone. You go out in the night, nobody speaks Konkani. Everybody's speaking Hindi, I think. And I don't know what else. We stop to talk to people asking ways. And they don't speak Konkani. I speak Konkani.
Wow,
But they don't.
That's great of you.
Yeah.
What are the future plans for Windsor, your future plans?
What are the future plans for Windsor? In the sense, like how we're talking about, most of them are pretty good. I think we do a lot of tourism. So we're always looking at things, how we can make better. One of the things, control the sewage, the garbage system. How do we clear that? Street lighting, safety. Because now we got a lot of people pickpocketing. So that has been stopped, looked into. Wherever the weak points are, we catch it straight off and curb it. So it doesn't spread and become bad. I'm not saying we're perfect. We are also learning every day. But it's you have to. And there's always room for improvement.
This is your second term as a mayor.
Yeah, no, second term. As mayor, first term, previous as...
And I heard that the councillor is saying to continue the second term also, which none of the mayor had done.
That's right. Yeah, you don't normally
That's a great
do.
honor. And I think you should carry on.
It's not easy. It's a lot of work. It takes all your time. And me being me, I do all my housework, everything myself. So-
Seeing your dynamism, I think you should go.
I might have to think about that one again. Another year. It's a
I
lot.
think you're cut out for it.
And this is a very proud moment for us, Goan, like Sayonara ma'am, which is from Goan, born and brought up in Goa. So she is a mayor of the England town, Windsor. Ma'am, thank you for talking with us. Thank you very much and sharing your ideas and your views about England, about Windsor and about Goa. And yes, we will love to have you back in Goa with the Twinsy partnership with Goa and Windsor. So we'll look for a good thing.
Yeah.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you
very
very much.
My
Thank you.
pleasure. And thank you. Thank you very much. And also it's...
And for last, Dev Bare Kuru, ma'am, in Little
Dev
Konkani.
Bare Kuru.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.